Paul, when machining stainless steel, it's not always that easy. This is a BT30 machine, but it copes with it easily.
Yeah, it's a lightweight machine. We're cutting 304 stainless steel, so it's quite nice. Once again, it's all down to the combination of using the BBT spindle, so the face and taper contact spindle of the machine, giving greater stability, taking you above the stability that you get generally of a BT40 machine. So what we're actually demonstrating here is just a couple of tools really. The main one being an indexable high feed mill. So it's whipping over the top of the part quite happily. The metal removal rates are quite high. It's covering the part, and as you can hear, it is fairly stable.
Yeah, again, technology back in the day you wouldn't necessarily associate with a 30 taper machine. It's incredible how far they've come, isn't it?
Yeah. And it is down, you know, to the combination of using that face and taper spindle. We keep on talking about it, but Fanuc actually used the actual face and taper from Big Kaiser. Now, Big Kaiser in Japan actually make the gauging tools for actually making the spindles. They then make the actual tool holders to fit those spindles. So it's a complete combination of using what is designed to actually fit together. We've just changed over to a solid carbide cutter. This is the new Varimill Extreme. So it's the latest incarnation of their Varimill range. They've changed the geometries and up the game on these really, and the performance from these tools is now super. So this is doing a full slotting routine through the 304 stainless.
And it's a true multi-purpose tool, isn't it? We can helical mill, we can drill, we can profile, we can slot, ramp, all with the same tool.
Yeah, so initially we're just doing a bit of a slotting routine to show you that you can deep slot with it. It's also giving some relief for the high feed mill that will come back in and take the shoulder out. But then later on it will come back in, it will do pocketing routines, incorporating what you've just said. So it will trachoidal mill, it will plunge, it will ramp, and it will pocket out quite happily.
And the Varimill, I know this is the Extreme, this is the new one, but it's been a popular range over the years for Whittier.
Yeah, it's a range that have been brought out for many, many years. They started with the standard 4-flute tool. They've extended that range with long series, increasing the number of flutes, more aimed at the trachoidal market, which has been very, very popular. And now they're bringing the latest flute geometries, which they've tried and tested, and increased the performance of the range throughout the range. So this is the initial standard length 4-flute version, but then this will go forward into the sizes as well.
And again, it's worth pointing out it's a stainless steel and it's machining this with ease. You wouldn't do this any quicker on a 40 taper machine.
No, we're standing here and that's, taking quite big cuts, quite comfortably. We're not vibrating, the noise is quite low, and it just demonstrates the stability that you can get through using the combination of the machine, face and taper, the correct tool holder, allowing you to apply the larger diameter tools with the stability that you need.
So this is the VXF 50 diameter 5 teeth.
Yeah, so this is the new single-sided insert high feed cutter that Whittier have brought out. It's a 4-edged single-sided insert, but it's more of a positive cutting geometry, so it's slightly softer in the cutting action.
You can hear that, can't you? Very soft cutting action.
Yeah, it's ideal for like softer type materials like the 304 stainless, etc. But considering this is effectively a BT30 machine, we're running a 50mm diameter tool, 25mm step over engagement, 0.7mm deep, and it's doing just over 4 meters feed rate, and you can hear the result.
Yeah, like spinning cut, you can tell, can't you?
Yeah. Once again, combination, machine tool, the Big Plus spindle, the Big Plus tool holder, all adds up to give you that high performance.
It's worth pointing out this tool's available with inserts, not just for stainless, but a whole raft of materials.
Yeah, sure. So this particular tool that we're using now is a 5-tip tool. And it's the IC9 variant insert, so a 9mm insert. But they do the inserts in various sizes, the tool bodies in various sizes, and numbers of flutes, tips if you like, obviously to suit the application that you require really. There's also shank bodies available, as well as the actual face mill variants.
So this is going to produce a large hole. Maybe jump again, always does.
Always make sure you jump. So yeah, well, once again, demonstrating the combination. That's a 40mm, what they call top cut force. So it's the U-drill product from Whittier. What they're also demonstrating here is going from a U-drill format what they call the TDMX. So this is a full carbide head which is held into a steel shank for the larger diameters or the intermediate diameters, and then obviously the solid carbide drills as well. So they've got the full range of the drilling program from Whittier demonstrated.
So like with any component, we need to deburr it.
Yeah, so we do a solid carbide chamfer tool used for deburring. We do front and rear chamfering tools if you've got a through hole, for instance. But Big Kaiser have larger ones, indexable versions as well. So no matter what the diameter of the hole, what size the actual chamfer that you're trying to accomplish, either between our own solid carbide or the indexable Big Kaiser product, we've got one that will fit the application. With the deburring as part of the process, it reduces manual intervention in the part, and with a combination of the chip fan that we also employ on the machine, can blow the part off, clean the swarth off, and would mean that you could actually automated load it, etc., if you wanted to go to an automated process.
So this tool, a lot of people at ITC are very excited about this tool.
Yeah, the new Varimill Extreme. I mean, it's designed for all materials, following on from the predecessors of the Varimill range. They've altered the flute geometry, they've brought it up to date, they're pushing the high performance. Application-wise, obviously now we're doing a bit of trochoidal milling or volume milling, depending on which strategy you're employing. But this is running around the outside, and it will also go in and open up the pockets, etc. But yeah, a very exciting tool. We've used the Varimill in various applications on various materials for many, many years with superb success. And now Whittier have actually come out of the box with a brand new version which actually outperforms that as well.
So this extreme tool, as people are calling it, it's great for multiple applications, not only pocketing.
Yeah, so it can be applied in a whole raft of applications. The original Varimill we found was a superb general purpose tool. Even though it's a high performance tool, you could apply it in virtually any method that you wanted to. This just follows on from that tool. They've changed the geometry slightly, they've updated it. All the minor niggles that you might say that was with the original Varimill, they've fixed. They brought out the new version which actually outperforms the original. So whether you're going to just straightforward slotting, shoulder milling, plunging, ramping, it's got all bases covered.
And very soft cutting, we can hear it here with a step over the AE, very quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite an aggressive tool. You can actually put a lot of load through the tool because of the revamped flute geometry, etc. The cutting action is very, very soft. It doesn't actually pull that much load off the machine.
So this just echoes what you've said. We're actually full slotting here.
Yeah, so going back to more traditional and straightforward machining methods, obviously the fact that it can just take a straightforward large slot is a fantastic metal removal rate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Employing basic programming techniques but still getting the metal removal rates.
People like to see trochoidal milling, don't they? It seems to be there's a box there, I'm going to tick it in my cam. But quite often these tools, that's just full slot.
Yeah, nowadays I think people are looking more wisely at trochoidal milling. It's still a very, very good application, but applied in the right manner. The fact that you've got a tool there that will trochoidal mill if you want it to, or will do a full slot, whichever works out to be the highest metal removal rate, the tool will cope with it.
So this is a Big Kaiser tool, the indexable deburring.
Yeah, so we make a solid carbide deburring tool, chamfer tool. But sometimes where you've got a bigger diameter hole or you've got a bigger size chamfer that's required, you can outrun the size of tool that we produce. So it's useful to have an indexable chamfer tool. Big Kaiser make a full range of them in various diameters, both for top chamfering and for top and bottom chamfering if you've got a through hole. But from an indexable tool, which in a production environment makes it very cost effective, and you can take larger size cuts if needed. And
do the chamfer and the bottom chamfer too?
Yeah, so depending on which tool you select from the catalogue, if you've got a through hole, you can actually drop on, interpolate round on the top surface, drop through the hole, and obviously comp out and back chamfer the hole as well.
And quite often when we're machining components, it's a trio, isn't it, where it's more than that actually, but we're looking at the machine, the interface of tool holders and the cutting tools as well. And it just goes to show stainless steel on this machine, it's a perfect marriage.
It's no problem. We've taken some big cuts on there. You can hear the noise that it's creating, or not creating as the case may be. So the marriage, as you say, is very important. It's selecting the right tool, the right machine tool, and putting the two together.